Hi, everybody.
Hello.
I'm Brittany Chavers,
And I'm Deb Floros. And
and this
this is
is
Crimped.
Chris. I think we did it. The funny thing is, when I was editing the last video, we actually did it exactly on time, and I was like, "How did that happen?" And it was just because we were messing around. So I think we need to get together and actually just like film an opening because
Yeah, we'll
we're
just
just
throw it in
goofy.
every time.
We're just goofy at this point. But
Well, I think too, there's always a little delay. I feel like anytime I do anything on StreamYard, there's like a little bit of a delay with the other person. So
mhm,
I always feel like I'm like cutting someone off, but
yeah.
it's just that little delay. Yeah,
Well, can you believe we're back for episode 12?
I cannot.
How has it been a year?
I don't know. And we're filming a little bit early. So, full disclosure to everybody else, we're filming pretty early because it's the holidays and everybody's got stuff going on. So, we did meet very recently to film the last episode, but it does feel like we just zoomed through this year. And this was an idea we came up with, and we've already done this is our number 12 episode.
Crazy.
I'll remind everybody what this show is. So, if you were just joining us for episode 12 of Crimped, Crimped is a jewelry making talk show that Brittany and I collaborate on. And we talk about jewelry related topics, mostly jewelry making related topics, but we also love jewelry wearing. So we talk about jewelry making, and we have a fun challenge that we do each episode. And it's kind of what inspired the name of this show. Crimped is a play on Chopped, which is a Food Network show about putting a bunch of things together, challenging people to make something. And so that's what we've been doing. It's been kind of fun, and we challenge each other, but we also challenge all of you. So we hope that whatever we do might inspire you guys to make something as well, think outside the box, that kind of thing. So we are now at episode 12.
I can't believe it. This year went by lightning fast for
Oh,
sure.
me, for sure. Crazy fast. So, speaking of challenges, Brittany, should we share the last challenge?
Yes.
Want to do that?
So our last challenge was to make a gift for a friend. Deb and I have made gifts for each other. But oh, there's my gift in the
There
background.
she is.
She's very upset that I didn't pick her up. Oh, she's gonna try again.
Oh,
Oh, she's gonna park.
she's like, I'm just going to sit right here, be cute, distract everyone.
Aw. But
Hi,
anyway,
Golden.
uh, you're right, distraction. I can't remember what I was saying. So make a gift for a friend. Deb and I will be exchanging those gifts in person later this month. So we're gonna actually splice in that video into this one. We're not gonna be revealing while we're filming today. But the challenge was to make a gift for a friend, and I can't wait to see what both of us has come up with or have come up with.
Yeah, me too. I wasn't really sure what I was going to do, but I just started going through my stuff and just I don't know. You know how it goes. You kind of pick one thing and then oh, what about this? And oh, while you find that, you find another thing. So yeah, I'm excited about this because I think I may have nailed the Britney vibe, maybe.
I can't wait to see it. I also can't wait to see what I made you.
It is early. It is really
Yeah,
early.
we did film like 2 weekends ago. So, anyway, moving right
Yes,
along.
anyway. So we want to turn that challenge over to everyone to do though. So you'll see the pieces because we'll also do a little post of our pieces like we normally do on our Facebook page and in our Facebook group. So you'll see those, but we want to turn this challenge over to you. And so the challenge is make a gift of jewelry for a friend. So it could be, if your mom's your best friend or your daughter's your best friend or just your bestie at work, make something for a friend that is jewelry. And that's really it. Just something that, is the essence of the person that you're going to give it to. And when you finish that piece, you can come to the group, so the Crimped Jewelry Making Series group, and you can post it there. Tell us a little bit about it. You don't have to give all, the name of the person, but you can say, I made this for my bestie from high school. And here's a little bit about why I made it this way. And use the hashtag Crimp Challenge. And post it. Show everybody what you made. We want to see.
Yes. And that can also lead into our giveaway, right? So
Yes.
what's going on with that giveaway, Deb?
Well, so we promised you that when we achieved 1,000 group members, which we did last month, or maybe the month before, I think it was last month, we finally achieved that. And that's a big deal. So we thank everybody for joining our group. We promised that what we would do is if you posted and participated in the Crimped Challenge, that you would be eligible for a giveaway. So we were going to maybe tell you here, we haven't really figured out all the details yet, but I think what we're going to do, because it's the holiday season, people are busy, they're shopping, they're making jewelry because maybe they're going to craft fairs and that kind of thing. We're going to give you until January 3rd. So 2025 in the new year, you can go all the way to January 3rd and you can post something from any one of the Crimp challenges, going all the way back to the very first one, which was really a preview show that we did, just a little short show that we did. So you can participate in any of them. And in fact, Brittany, I think what I'm going to do is go and create a post that gives all the challenges so that, if people want to just pick one that resonates with them most, they can do that. But we want to see, we'd love to see you participate in all of them. But I know certainly right now, you don't want to try and do all of them before then. I don't know, maybe you do. Some of you like to just go crazy, make a lot of jewelry all in a row, but use the entry hashtag Crimp Challenge. You got to tell us a little bit about your piece in your post. It has to be in the group. And we will do a random name pool. So I'll put it into a random name generator and I'll get us a winner. So we'll do a post on that day and make sure that you guys all know who the winner is. And then we're going to send you something. We're going to send you a whole bunch of some things. Brittany and I will put together a curated, fun box of goodies, and we'll send them your way if you get picked. So that's coming up. So feel free to get going on your Crimp Challenge pieces. We'd love to see them. And yeah, that's what we're doing. That's pretty exciting.
I'm excited to give stuff away. I'm excited to see what everybody comes up with. So give us your entries.
Yeah, let's go. Let's do this.
No purchase necessary.
Yeah, no. Well, I mean, they don't really have anything to buy, but you got to buy into this. You got to buy into the crimped gig, the Crimp Challenge, all of it. So we hope that you're doing that, and we so appreciate all of you that have been with us since the beginning and have joined us along the way. So we want to start, kind of giving you some thanks that you probably would like more than just a verbal. So Brittany, we have two things to do that are specific to this show. Mm-hmm. One is I'm sure by the time this airs, people will have seen the Pantone color of the year. So, in our very first show of the year, we got a late start to addressing the Pantone color of the year. But Pantone every year says, this is what's going to be the color of the year for next year. And they also release palettes and seasonal things, but they name one color of the year. And I've already seen some buzz about this because it is an interesting choice, I think. So I'm going to actually share my screen and I'm going to pull up the Pantone website because that is the most legit source. And you can see that, right, Brittany?
Yep.
This is the Pantone color of the year, Mocha Mousse. I'll give you what Pantone uses as the description. I'll read it to you from this page. It's capturing a global mood of connection, comfort, and harmony. For 2025, the Pantone Color Institute selects Pantone 17-1230 Mocha Mousse, a warming brown hue imbued with richness. It nurtures us with its suggestion of the delectable qualities of chocolate and coffee, answering our desire for comfort. And all I can say is you had me at chocolate and coffee. Mm-hmm. I'm hungry now seeing this photo. But this is an interesting choice. It's very much a neutral. So Brittany, what do you think about this color?
I love it.
Do you?
I think the shade is super interesting. It's not a shade we see a lot. It's got a little bit more red purple brown than like chocolatey, super chocolatey brown. And I love a neutral. I am, I just love it. I know a lot of people are like brown, and I'm like, no, I love it because some years I'm like eggplant or whatever color they come up with, but yeah, I really really like it, and there's so much that of my favorite colors that go really well with it.
Yeah, I like the fact. So this is going to sound a little nutty, but so back in my working days, in the office business working days, I based a lot of my outfits either around black or brown. And I had a lot of like brown pants, back a while back that was popular, but you can't find brown pants anywhere. You can't find a lot of kind of brown based things like that. So, Pantone is influential in fashion. And so I'm actually hoping that sort of that brown base that you might use for something is coming back. I like browns. I don't know, maybe it's because of my skin tone and my hair, but I like a good brown. So I'm excited about that from a fashion standpoint. And then also, I think your vibe with all of the bone beads and the wood, and I like to work with wood too, like those kind of vibes, I think are really going to come through with this as a color of the year.
Yeah, earthy, ethnic, grungy, rustic. It's all, I tend to go towards brown gold instead of silver black, even though silver black can be rustic and earthy too. But yeah, I absolutely agree. However, I did see a lot of not great brown clothing a couple months ago in the stores, and I was like, oh no, please. It was like back to 2004, and I was like, let's not go this way. Let's do a nice 2025 brown, not the 2004 business casual at the club brown.
Yeah.
So.
Yes, I worked in a very conservative environment. So as you can imagine, I probably had some of that really not so great brown as part of my wardrobe, but
a refresh,
yeah,
new vision on brown is great. And I'm right there with you, really looking forward to it. I love having like a nice neutral shoe or bag or something that goes with whatever I'm wearing. So
Yeah. And I think it's great to have neutrals from which to jump off from. So, think of that as your base color in a design, but then you infuse all different other colors into it. Also a color that can go throughout the year. So it can be dark and moody, a darker tone that you might put into with brighter colors, but maybe it's got, you want to put darker colors with it because it can go to the dark side too. So I'm excited. I saw a lot of poop emojis people were using.
you know what? The funny thing is, Deb, I saw a couple of our friends, like, I think Jill Wiseman put something up about it. She had a lot of discussion, and I was just like, you know what? I'm not going to read these because I want to form my own opinion.
Yeah,
And after a couple of days of sitting with that color, actually, I really liked it right when I saw it. I was like, yes, this works. But like after thinking about it, like, what do I like about it? And then I didn't want anybody else to influence my thought process because sometimes that happens. Like when you like something and then you hear an opinion and somebody poo-poos it, you're like, oh, I'm not as happy about it anymore. But like getting your thought process, why you like it, before you involve other people's opinions, because there's always going to be Debbie Downer, right? And there's always going to be the person who's like, yes, I love it. So just
yeah,
figure out your own thing before you start reading
yeah,
the public opinion,
yeah.
especially on
Well,
color.
yeah. I mean, it's not life or death that we're talking about here. And let's
Right.
face it, how many times have you, I mean, I have a few times, you probably have too, being a designer, you may get asked to make something with the color of the year, but how many times do we say, I'm going to go out, I'm going to make everything with that color. Like you're not going
Yeah.
to go do that. So if you
Yeah.
don't want to use it, you don't have to.
Right. Right. It's not gonna like it's not impact. You can't make any jewelry this year because you can't use the
Yeah.
mocha
Sorry.
color.
Sorry. I like to think of it maybe if this gives anybody the tipping point, coffee and chocolate mousse. I haven't had chocolate mousse in a long time, but I'm telling you what, they're going to sell out of chocolate mousse everywhere because people are
Yeah.
going to start wanting it because they see that picture and they see that vision, and it's one of those suggestive things. So, how
Mhm.
you guys tell us? Have you ordered chocolate mousse as a result of this?
Now I want some
This
like
color?
sugar-free chocolate pudding.
Oh man, I love sugar-free chocolate pudding. That's actually some
We're
that
gonna have
like
to
I
go get
forget what
some.
there's some good ones out there. So tell us, crimpers, tell us what you think about the Pantone color of the year. No nasty comments, please. This is a place of joy.
We can
But
put
tell
some
us
funny
what you
ones,
think.
maybe.
You can tell us you don't like it, but don't, rant and rave how you really feel. If you don't like it, tell us you don't like it. That's okay. We would like to hear what you think about how you might use it in the course of 2025. What you specifically like about it. Like Brittany said, she said, I had to think about what I liked about it. So yeah, tell us what you think. Put it in the comments. Let us know what you're thinking. And maybe we'll have a challenge where we infuse that into our challenge at some point. And maybe if it isn't something you like, it kind of forces you out of your comfort zone. So
Yes.
something to think about. So should we do our other thing, Brittany? You wanna
Yes.
share what we're
Yeah,
doing?
so we're gonna do an end of the year wrap up, of just like some favorite things. So we each brought out our 10 top favorite things, no guide on what they needed to be. Well, I don't know what hers are, and she doesn't know what mine are. But we're gonna kind of alternate and talk about 10 of our favorite things. So maybe it's some things that you already know about, maybe it's something that'll be brand new to you. But I think it's gonna be fun. I can't wait to see what we've come up with. Deb, you want to start?
Sure. So I'm going to start. These are in no particular order for me. So I gave it some thought, like you said about the color of the year and like what got me excited this year, what inspired me this year, what did I really enjoy doing and working with this year. So my first one, I have to say, would be close to the top of my list if I was doing them in order, because I really had a blast this year working with bugle beads. And I still am just so stinking proud of myself that I came up with something that I think, is just interesting and different with bugles. I created this little design. I still don't know what I'm calling it. There's part of me that thinks of a scarab when when I think of these, but I did a couple of projects with these, and bugles come in all different sizes. And then just this past week, I used bugles again to make these fidget earrings.
Cute.
So I was live with Danielle last Monday, Danielle Wicks, who was our guest last month. And I thought these were just so much fun using bugle beads. So I'm trying to bring back the bugle because I think they're just a fun bead to work with, and everybody's got bugles in their stash. Maybe they were your grandma's bugles, but
That is
bugles
true.
are a fun bead. So I really have enjoyed working with bugles this year, and I'm going to keep doing it. I'm going to carry that love on into 2025. That's my first one.
My first one is going to be, so we all know I love a mystery box of beads, right? So every year or every month I get several. I have subscriptions to several, but I would say overall the bead box that wins my favorite for this year is Sam's bead box, and specifically, obviously, the one I created in January. I don't know what I did with that box. I don't know. I must have recycled it, but Sam's bead box comes in this beautiful box every month, all recycled packaging, and you just get an amazing amount of check glass beads, gemstones, components that are lovingly and painstakingly chosen by the designer and Sam's team. And I, it was hard for me to choose like a company's box because I like so many of them, but theirs was just leagues above the rest this year. So my favorite one was Sam's beatbox, and specifically January, the turquoise trails that I designed.
Yeah,
Although
I
there
have a
were some
special.
really good ones this year.
Yeah, definitely. And I have a special place in my heart for that one too. Your box we got to design with in Tucson last year,
Mhm.
which was so much fun. But your box was just so you, and so Southwest, which of course I love too. And yeah, that's a good pick. That's a really good pick. I like
Thanks.
that one. All right, number two for me won't be a surprise. I just fell in love with micro macrame. I
Oh,
love it.
surprise!
Shocking. But I thought I would just show a couple of my favorite things that I made micro macrame, one of which was the challenge piece from episode 10, the micro macrame bracelet that I made for our challenge. So when Brittany and I challenged each other, I did this fun little micro macrame bracelet with some sliders. This was supposed to be in honor of Valentine's Day. And then on one of my art bead shows, I did these really wild and crazy boho micro macrame earrings, which would actually go with what I'm wearing. So they've got like this they're a long piece, then they've got these long like boho tails on them, so they're super long.
Wow,
So I had
interesting.
fun making these. So I'm still digging the micro macrame. It's still something I really love to do, and it's kind of a relaxing project too. So it's not the kind of thing that I have to really think about. I can just do it and kind of get into the groove. And I love me some macrame.
Yeah, I love that. Definitely Deb.
Yes.
um, oh my gosh, I don't know what order to go in. Favorite, I'll go with favorite metal of the year.
Okay.
So, I am gonna go with brass.
Mm.
Raw brass is my favorite this year. And that is really rough for me to say because antique copper is right behind it. But just look at the amazingness that you can get from raw brass, and I love the patinas that happens with it. I don't really love the smell, but sometimes it smells very metally. But I
Yes.
love over time it gets its own loved in look. You can clean it with things, but I just, it's that ethnic, that rustic look that I really, really love. So my metal choice of 2024 is raw brass.
Bravo. I love it. Let's see. My next one is,
We're
well,
on three, right?
yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
three. I gotta
Number
keep count.
three, number three for me is bead caps.
Yummy.
So um, I'm sure everybody knows what a bead cap is. I'm going to show you one just in case you don't. You say, Deb, what is a bead cap? For those people who are really newbies and just joining us, it's the tiniest of little caps that you put on a bead. So do I have a round bead here? I sort of do. So you just take it and put it onto a bead. It kind of creates a little cap. It's decorative. It's metal most of the time, although there are some glass and stone and other, maybe even lucite, that kind of thing. And I did, so the relevancy for this for me was this year, I did a couple of YouTube videos around bead caps. And one of the goals for me this year was to build my YouTube channel and get to 1,000. And I did because of a bead cap
Congratulations.
video.
Congratulations.
My bead cap video has 11,000 views.
Woohoo.
Um, and it's a longer, so I was doing a lot of short content, but this is a longer video, and it's all about using your bead caps in a different way. And I looked for the pieces I made in that video, and for the life of me, I couldn't find them. So I can't show them, but I can put the link to my video out there. But I did some riveting with bead caps. I did some riveting with bead caps in other videos, other content I did for companies. But I made earrings with them. I made a bracelet with them. So bead caps have a special place in my heart because that was sort of what got me over the hump of 1,000. And probably my biggest, other than videos I've done for others, they got me the most views I've ever had on a YouTube video. So that was exciting for me. And I'm still thinking of other ways to use them because they are, I think they can be kind of passe in some designs, but it just shows you, get them out, use them. There's different ways you can use them and apply them to your designs. So that's my number three.
Woohoo. Okay, number three for me is a technique that I learned this year. So the class that I took, best class I took all year was from Heather Powers. It was her faux tin class, and I was able to create this piece, the necklace, but the technique and the things that I learned in her class have gone way beyond the faux tin technique for me. So got me learning how to make copper components. It got me learning how to use copper sheets, how to make my own metal components. And then it translated into polymer clay items too. So learned so much from that class. It was worth every penny. And I would take it 10 more times if she added little things to it. So this is the necklace, ended up being a really long necklace. But yeah, that was my favorite class and technique that I've learned this year.
Remember you talking about that. I think we talked about it in one of our shows this year. And I love Heather. She's just this like calming spirit, and her style is just so unique and fun. And I don't know, just like I see her designs as very calming pieces. So we'll have to put a link to her Facebook or her website so that people can go and check that out. And if she does have that offering for a class again, that they can check it out as well. Because I know it inspired you, and I love what you made. So it's very cool. All right. Number 4 for me. So I didn't pick a favorite company for a bead box. I've got a couple of bead box things in my top 10 here, or in my 10 for the year. And for Jesse James Beads, I picked the Stay Golden box. This was, oh gosh, August. And was my favorite box of theirs ever. And I loved it because it's very 70s, has the total like hippie 70s vibe, not the 60s hippie vibe, but the 70s kind of bohemian vibe. And I did projects for them. So the QR code for that month are my projects. And I absolutely love what I made for this box. I didn't want to bore you with all of them. You guys can go check that out at Jesse James Beads YouTube channel. But this was my favorite box of theirs. Just really fun, interesting things to create with. So that was my favorite box from Jesse James Beads. Loved it.
All right. Number 4 for me is going to be my favorite jewelry that I bought this year. And it's 2 pieces. Let's see. So I got these in Tucson, and we've got this guy and this guy. So my ring and I don't know which way to go. My ring and my huge cuff bracelet. So I haven't worn them as much as I need to, but I have worn them for pretty big events, especially at work. And every time I wear them, people are like, "Where'd you get that? What's going on here?" Like, so these are my 2 favorite pieces that I purchased this year, and I purchased a lot of jewelry this year. So, yeah, they're my favorites. Can't wait to wear them again.
I noticed you wearing a lot more rings kind of towards the second half of the year this year. Like I hadn't really seen you wear rings before until kind of like mid-year this year. Not that I see you that much, but just in general, like I didn't really see a lot of rings, but I'm seeing you wear rings, and that big honkin' ring is dreamy. And the cuff, of course, is, fantastic. But I like that you're doing the ring vibe. That's very cool.
Yeah, I've always had a lot of rings, but just I think after Tucson, where I bought this big ring, I was like, you know what? Well, life's short. Let's just wear the rings. So sometimes I'll just wear them at my house. I work from home, and I'll just be wearing them during the day. Just wear your jewelry, everybody. Just wear it. Doesn't matter. You're wearing sweats. Put on that pearl necklace. Who cares?
Yesterday I was working on stuff, and I was in sweatpants and a like grungy sweatshirt, and I had on these most like elegant earrings that I had just finished, and I'm like, oh, look how beautiful my earrings are. And then I looked at like the stain on my t-shirt. I'm like, oh,
yeah,
I dressed myself up.
I love that. I know. I'll be wearing, it's like for work, I have the business casual from the waist up, and I'm wearing my shorts, but I'll have my jewelry on, I'll have my makeup on, I'll have my rings on, because if I talk with my hands, you're going to see my bracelets and my rings. So whatever.
Yeah, just do it.
Wear the jewelry. Wear TV in your living room. Who cares?
Yeah. I want to show the TV land people the best of me.
Well, and I just enjoy looking at my own jewelry too. So it's not just for others; it's for me.
Yeah,
especially my bracelets.
And it's a fidget thing too. Like the whole, I'm very much a fidgeter, so I play with my jewelry, and so that's part of it for me too. Is I'll just I'll play with my earring, or I'll fidget with my bracelets. That's part of it for me too. Just kind of keeps keeps you from eating maybe sometimes when you want to be using your hands to, eat chips or something. Just fiddle with the jewelry instead. So what are we on? 5?
1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, 5.
All right. Keeping with the box theme for me. So you mentioned Sam's Bead box. I also had a Sam's Bead box this month. In August, I designed the Citrus Celebration box, and this was probably my favorite piece that I made for the box. So I did one of the classes with the box, and created this fun seed beaded wrapped focal piece, kind of different, kind of fun. But I used all of the orangey tones because we were, going August to September. So we were kind of getting into that fall vibe. So I really enjoyed making this, and I absolutely loved working with Sam's Bead Shop and creating that box. They curate that box with all of the smallest, tiniest of details. And, every T is crossed, every I is dotted. And it is a really cool thing to see the behind the scenes process and be part of it. So I was honored to work with them for Citrus Celebration. And I had a great time working with the box. So it was a good one.
Good. Yeah, I love that box. There was I think I did make jewelry from that box, and some of those table cut flowers were my favorite.
Yeah, there's some pretty flower beads and colorful beads in it.
So I think my favorite bead, and this is, come on, we can't really like pinpoint my favorite bead of the year, but this one, every time I see it, it sparks so much joy. It's a bead by Tanessa McLean, and it's called the color is called Evil Purple. So she says really hard to work with this purple, and I just love the purple with the blue. She ended up sending me another piece after I saw her in January, and unfortunately my bead room is a black hole at the moment, but it's getting better. So once I find what she sent me, I will be featuring it in a video. But I really just, this bead, every time I see it, it's just so amazing. uh they take a lot of time, a lot of expertise. This is glass. If you don't know that, it's Lamport glass. It's matte, bright, vibrant. Just probably my favorite bead of the year. So 2024 bead of the year for Turquoise.Street is from Tanessa McLean.
And it goes with our backdrop for Crimped. So
it does.
A little bit of the purple and the blue, so it goes perfectly with our backdrop.
Yeah, it does.
Cool. I love it. She is an amazing bead artist. I have a few of hers hoarded in my bead boxes up in those cabinets up there, and I adore her work. I think I need something in that color, because it is. I don't think I have that color from her. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
I know she doesn't do a lot. Cool. All right, number 6. Number 6 for me is something that I started doing this year that I never really did before in the way that I do it now. So it's streaming TV shows, binging TV shows while I make jewelry. So I have a TV in here, back there, but I don't face that TV. So if I have something on, I'm listening to it. I can't really, like, to turn around often is not convenient while you're making something, especially if it's intricate. So I started watching and binging on my iPad, and I literally set my iPad right next to me here. And I have binged so many shows, and it's probably just been like more so like in the last 4 or 5 months. And I've taken recommendations from friends. Our mutual friend Julie recommended the show The Diplomat, which I watched and I could barely tear myself away from. I did some trashy shows like Selling Sunset, those kinds of things. And I'm most recently rewatching Arrested Development, which is a comedy that's pretty old, but it's still so hilarious.
There's a bit in that show that my friend and I always do to each other when I talk about beads. He'll say, bees?
Yes.
Bees? Are you saying bees? I'm like, no, beads. And it used to always get me, but now I'm like, yeah, I'm saying bees.
So I made note. It's season 1, episode 22 has that famous scene. And it's actually a little like usually it's just that little clip of bees, bees, but there's a couple of other back and forth lines there that is really funny. So I love that show. So I think I'm on season 3 now. I've been watching that for maybe a week or so. So that's been something that has been kind of fun for me. I usually listen to music, but I've kind of been into watching shows lately. So that's been my company while I'm making these days.
The Diplomat is really good. I haven't seen season 2. I watched season 1, I don't know, it was a couple years ago when it came out. But my
Yeah.
sister and my mother have watched season 2, and they are like, they I don't want to spoil it, but that they're trying to get me to watch, but I haven't watched anything in English in a very long time. But and then Arrested Development was my favorite show for a very, very long time. So there's a lot of things that I can recite by memory from that show. So good taste, good taste.
Yes, we watched it back in the day, but I don't know what got me thinking about it again. And I said, I'm going to watch this again because it's so funny and it's so just ridiculous. I've laughed out loud at almost every episode. And I know I've seen them, but there's just some really funny, crazy things.
It's ridiculously funny. Yeah. Good choices. Good choices.
Yes, yes.
Well, so for what number are we on? 6?
6.
We all know that we've had so many artists on this year so far. I think my artists of the year we haven't interviewed yet. So this was really hard for me to choose because we've had so many good artists on the show. We're friends with so many good artists, and everybody's just like right there with each other. But my favorite for the year is probably Damiana. So she is a ceramic artist who lives in Bulgaria, and I just am in love with her pieces. I've made several videos with her pieces this year, done hauls, and I got a big haul from her probably a month ago or so, and I haven't done the video for it yet, but she makes such beautifully hand-drawn pieces. Everything's so intricate. Like here's a lemon piece, pendant. She has these new fishes. They're so cute. I love them. Of course, I got them in yellow and blue.
Oh, I love the blue.
I know. She's got a new cherry line.
Oh,
I
love
know
it.
there's some I'm missing. And then she has new buttons, and I, of course, bought buttons in every size she had. So here's my favorite print of hers is sunflowers, but that's a button. And then she has bowls, and we both bought bowls in Tucson, but I just ordered this one, got it recently. There's junk in it, but it's a strawberry bowl.
Yeah.
So cute.
That's
So
so cute.
I bought a bird bowl when we were in Tucson, but this one I love the shape. I love the size. I'm so excited about it. So that haul will be coming soon on my channel. But yeah, I think just the amount of time and effort she puts in to all of her pieces, they're all hand drawn, all hand painted. Just the level of execution on her piece is just so gorgeous, and she's a very sweet, lovely person too.
Yes. Yes. I am, as we speak, she's doing a show this weekend on one of the online Facebook pages. So it'll be too late to share that. But she's doing a show. So I've been scrolling through and seeing some of her new things. She's got a bluebird that she's doing that's really, really nice, and a couple of other new things. And then she's interspersing some of her holiday things and such, but she's amazing. I love her.
Yeah, I love her new snail line. It's very groovy.
Oh yeah, the snails. And I love the colors she picked for that too.
Those colors are amazing.
Very cool. All right, number 7 for me. So is another bead shape that I've worked a ton with this year, and that's daggers. So both the regular daggers and the 2-hole daggers. I did these earrings with Cassandra on Beads to Live By a while back. I think it was during one of our lives that we did. These 2-hole daggers look like they stay in place when you put them on wire because they are 2-hole. They don't flip and flop around, which I think is cool because I've tried to do earring designs with daggers and they, have a tendency to move too much. So I like the 2-hole dagger for an earring. And then I did, I revitalized my snake design, my snake bracelet. My most favorite one I sold, but I used both the regular daggers and the 2-hole daggers for these snake bracelets, and had a lot of fun making these. I pulled out my whole collection of snake heads and my collection of daggers and was trying to come up with some fun combinations. So I just loved working with daggers. I think daggers were making a little bit of a comeback this year because the 2 holes seem to be more prominent out there and being made in more finishes and more colors. And so I think folks were gravitating a little bit to the 2 holes, but I like working with both of them. So I had a blast with daggers this year, for sure.
Yeah, I like those 2-hole daggers. I don't think I knew that 2-hole daggers were a thing, so I need to look into that. I like that. I like
Yeah.
that snake bracelet design too. It's really cool. I need to make one.
There's been a lot of folks making some different versions of it, which I love to see. So I've seen people actually make a memory wire with a little some little dangles at the end as like a I don't know, like a rattlesnake kind of thing, and different shapes of beads that have that top drill to them. So I can't remember the name of the bead that I saw, but someone else was using some kind of top drilled beads, and they're shorter, but they still have that kind of snake vertebrae kind of effect. So the snake bracelets are fun to make for sure.
Yeah, they're cute. I love them. And they're not scary.
Yeah. They're
Not
nice
scary.
snakes, not
Nice
scary
snakes.
snakes.
So we're on 7. Um, all right. So my favorite artisan component that I made this year, I probably haven't even shown anybody because I just kind of made it and then put it to the side, but is this sunflower bracelet bar. I haven't done anything with it. I pulled out beads a while ago for it, but again, haven't done anything with it. So it's curved like this to go on the top of your wrist. It's 3 pieces. It's got a leaf on this side, a leaf on this side, and then a painted sunflower in the middle. So hopefully at some point I'll be able to do something with it. But yeah, my favorite artisan component that I've made this year.
The colors are so vibrant. I mean,
Thank you.
I love that. It's just so bright and so lovely. Your painting is just so spot on. Perfect.
Yeah. Thank you. I haven't done that style in a while, so hopefully I can get back into it. But I really, that's my favorite piece I've made this year, and I need to do more with it because I want to see it all the time.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I know folks have really enjoyed your artisan pieces this year. That's been a really fun thing this year, getting to be part of that. I picked up a few. I haven't used any of them because I've kind of been hoarding them.
Shocker.
But I
We have to
love that
use these? What are you talking about?
I got to actually use these. But I think, a lot of folks have really enjoyed them, and I know they're looking forward to more. So when you do your drops, we've got to make sure we get those links out to people so they can take advantage of, the future drops that you do.
Yeah, I have a couple really exciting collabs coming up, like super pumped about them. So those will be also in conjunction with some drops. So we'll see. We were working on one for this month, but this month has already gotten away from me. So probably 2 will be coming in January. So very excited about those.
Cool. Can't wait to see. All right. 8 for me. Another thing I got into this year is beaded beads. So just taking like a lot of 2-hole beads and creating really simple beaded beads. So I've never really been a beaded bead person because I made assumptions that I really couldn't be a beaded bead person because most of them look super swanky and fancy. But I started making very simple ones and showing other people how to make very simple ones so that if they want to make beaded beads, they know that it's possible. So I just pulled out a couple of them. So these were actually done with Tila's and some little orange size 11 seed beads. And they are triangular which is interesting. So just kind of a fun shape, kind of interesting. And you can just make simple earrings with them, or you can, take a couple of them and connect them. Love those. And then tomorrow, so by the time people see this, they can go back and watch. But tomorrow I'm doing on my Art Beads show, crescent beaded beads, which are these guys. And the crescent beads are 2-hole beads. They come in all different finishes, all different colorways. So I'm doing some Christmas themed ones, and these are just some kind of pinkish hue. They're crescent beads and demi rounds, and just a simple little beaded bead, but they're so cool. I've used them
awesome.
they're great. And in the, I can't get my hands on the Christmas ones, but I'll post a link so people can see them. But I did some like red and green ones, couple different kinds, and they're just so fun. They look like little Christmas ornaments. So they could be for jewelry, or they could also be for those little mini Christmas trees that some people have around. They could be little ornaments, and they're super fun. So crescent beads are super fun. I've been working with them a lot lately, and to put them into a little beaded bead was really fun. So
what stringing material are you using? Thread or?
I'm using thread for them. Okay. So I typically use Fireline, but I've also used 1G to make beaded beads too.
What is 1G?
It's Toho's version of beading thread.
Oh,
so
okay.
And it's, it's a really nice, smooth feeling thread. Comes in all different colors. So cool. It's good stuff. I like it.
Well, I might have to watch. I can't watch the show while it's live tomorrow, but I'll have to watch the replay because I want to learn how to make those. Those are really cute.
Yeah, they're fun. Really fun.
All right. So we're on 8, right?
8.
So my favorite, I'm going to just talk about a couple favorite challenges that we had this year, but my favorite piece that I made for the challenge was actually our first challenge, which were my Ranch Wife turquoise polymer clay earrings. Unfortunately, I sold both of them, but so a second favorite, these weren't from a challenge, I don't think. Actually, these aren't from a challenge. This is my favorite thing other than that I made from a challenge. So it was a big honkin' bracelet with this huge shield bead, some cobalt resin, and some magnesite. So my favorite challenge piece. So second favorite challenge. I think my favorite challenge was the big and bold challenge. This is my second favorite challenge piece, right? So love it. I'm actually still super obsessed with orange right now. You guys will see in a haul that I did. It's just like all orange. But yeah, one of my favorite pieces of the year.
Good. Yeah, I loved that challenge too. That was a super fun one, inspired by, Iris Opfel and Betsy Johnson. Just that was a fun show to do and fun challenge to bring to fruition. So I love that one. Love that bracelet. So good. So good. All right. What are we at? 9. So for so many years, I used the same jewelry making tools, like the same set. So it's probably, if you've watched any content from me, it's the Swanstrom tools that I splurged on back a cajillion years ago. I still use these very, very often, but this year I acquired a set of the new Beadalon tools, and I am crazy about these. They are a little bit smaller, which I didn't think I would like. So I've been so used to these, look at the handles compared to these. These are big, and I have, kind of small hands. So I thought I would have a hard time with these, but I actually really like that these have a smaller handle. And there's nothing swanky or fancy about these, but they are great tools. They've done quite a number of new tools this year. And another one, I didn't pull it out. It's back here. This is another one of the tools that I think is amazing. This is a cutter that you can cut memory wire or really heavy wire with. And I almost exclusively use this now for cutting memory wire. So I got a whole set of these in this colorway, and I really enjoy them. I've been starting to use them in videos and starting to use them in just my day-to-day. They're off to the side on my work table, and I'm realizing I'm grabbing for those now versus my old tried and true Swanstroms, which actually look really beat up when you get close to them. So I'm excited about these tools, and I know Beadalon also has a bunch that have got some really interesting features. So if folks are looking for a new set of tools, and they're pretty affordable, you can buy them individually or you can buy them in a set. So, and this is a really fun one if you just want to try another cutter to work with that heavy wire.
I absolutely agree with you. There is a dedicated video to that new line on my channel. So I interviewed Meredith Roddy earlier this year, and so maybe we could include the link to that video so you can find out a little bit more about those tools. But I have some of those on the way, and I'm going to be doing an unboxing on them this week, hopefully. So yeah, I absolutely agree. Beadalon's my favorite tool company. That was next for me is number 9, my favorite tools that I've used this year. So I'm kind of cheating because there's several favorite tools here, but first one obviously is my favorite cutters of all time. These are Beadalon. I use them in every video. I talk them up every live. These are my favorite cutters ever. And then we all know I'm a multiplayers user, so love the multiplayers. My favorite crimpers are these Xuron crimpers, and it's more because I use them as needle nose pliers a lot. But I do love my Xuron crimpers, and I have an Amazon storefront, and all this stuff is linked there too. And then my last but not least tool for the year was the Naughty Do-It-All. So I didn't use it frequently, but when I do, it's just easy to use, right? And I like the mini board. I have the large board. I bought it last year and I haven't even unboxed it. It's like in my thing because this one is so easy to use, portable. I use it on my JTV lives. I've done a lot of jewelry with this, and it's a powerhouse for how small it is. So those are my favorite tools of 2024.
Awesome. All right, number 10 for me is something that I like as an end product, but I also liked participating in making. So this is an Art Beads designer bead blend. So Art Beads has a cache of check glass beads that have not seen the light of day in like 20 years. And I'm on the Art Beads design team, and we've gone to the Art Beads warehouse a couple times this year. And one of the things that we do while we're there is go through those palettes and open up these boxes that literally still have the big bindings on them, cutting into those, opening up these boxes and unearthing beads that are just amazing. And then we take them, put them together, and then there is a team of people that work at the warehouse that blend them. So they have a specific recipe for how they do it. They have a specific way of doing it to make sure that people get, a similar set of beads each time. They, weigh them and measure them and all that. And then they come out in their little bags, and you get, amazing, beautiful check glass in different finishes. Maybe like, even if you've seen the bead, you may not have seen the exact finish or the exact colorway. So I participated in making, I don't know, 150 or more of them in during the course of my 2 trips. And then I also buy them. So I will order them for my shows, but then I will buy some, buy them. And this was one that I bought. This was a deal of the day recently on Art Beads, and I ordered one, and got at home, but they are so cool, so much fun. And we really thought about them. So it was a very euphoric sensory overload experience to do it. And it was a blast. So that was one of my favorite things for the year for sure.
Love that. That's pretty. I need to look into those because, me and check beads are
Oh,
like this.
they're amazing.
Um, well, so this isn't like this is number 10, but it's just the last one I'm picking up. Some of my favorite beady gifts that I've received this year. I got two really cool strands of beads from two of my friends for my birthday. So the first one, and you're gonna laugh. I don't know if you can hear this.
I hear the jingle jangle there. Oh my gosh.
It's
Wow.
actually like a garland, but it's beads. It's hollow metal beads. So, and they're all hammered and they're huge, and it's like 6 feet long.
Oh my gosh.
And
Wow.
I'm not going to use all of these obviously in one project. Could you imagine? But they're right up my alley. They're gorgeous. They're stunning. My friend Julie gave it to me for my birthday, and I
Wow.
just love them so much. So that was the first one. Could you imagine? Like, this is just me. And like, it's just so ridiculous, but like amazing. Like
I
a
would use
million.
a whole string of them for a necklace. I would totally do that.
I probably would because I'm just still have like a bajillion left, but I don't know if I could deal with that noise all day.
Yeah.
But
If you're
they're
not
so
into
neat. Yeah, they're just the coolest, and I don't know how we found them, but they were just there in the store we were at. I was like, I want those. And she's like, oh, that could be your birthday present. I was like, yes, please.
that,
So,
please.
and then my second strand was from my friend Cindy. She gave me a really cool gift card for my birthday, and I ended up choosing a special strand. So I went into the store thinking like, I need to get something special so I can remember that Cindy gave me this. So I'm going to make a pretty necklace with these. These are citrine, which is my birthstone, and they're in the shape of the quatrefoil or the clover. So absolutely stunning. Love these so much. There's beautiful inclusions in them. But I'm gonna make a necklace so I know when I wear it. My friend Cindy helped me make this necklace for my birthday. So it's just so beautiful and I love it, love it, love it. So good way to end the top 10 with bead love from friends.
So I'm going to cheat because there's one
No.
more.
Well, I have like 10 other things on my desk too. So
Well, I do too, but the one other thing I just want to make sure I say is one of my other favorite things from the year is this crimped.
oh
So
yes, for sure.
this, I mean, this has been so much fun to do. And, I hope that, if nothing else, it's inspired people to think about things a little bit differently. Maybe they saw something that excited them. It was just one little thing and inspired them to do something. So I really had 11, and that was my 11th one.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. We've gotten to have some really fantastic conversations, talk to some awesome people, get to
Yeah.
know people a little bit more that we already knew. And then we have some really great content, I hope, slated for 2025.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think based on everything that we just talked about, we really don't need to talk about what are you obsessed with right now and what have you made since the last time we got together, because we just covered a lot of ground and a whole year's worth of goodies. So I loved putting this together myself. Like when we came up with this idea, I started to like jot down notes, and so I started to pull everything out in the last few days, and it just going through and thinking about all the things that got you excited throughout the year, whether it was watching a silly TV show while you make jewelry, or a particular bead artist that got has a bead that makes you just sing. It was just fun to go and reminisce about the past year, which we tend to do this time of year, right?
Yeah.
So we have a new challenge at the end of this year. And do you want to tell everybody what we're gonna challenge each other with?
Yes. I don't. Are we going to be nice this time, or am I going to be diabolical like I was the last time? I feel like we should be nice, but maybe a little bit diabolical. Maybe like a regular. Okay, so the challenge is make a jewelry with a kit. Okay, so Deb and I are going to make each other a jewelry kit, but I think maybe we'll be nice, but also throw in one maybe not so nice thing. So I
Like
won't
one
just,
whammy.
yeah, one whammy, but like maybe I won't hit you with an empty jewelry box and some acrylic paints like last night. So we're gonna make jewelry with a kit. And I don't know, we haven't really talked about this. Like, do we want it to be like comprehensive kit with findings? Do we want it to be a specific like bracelet kit? What do we want to do here?
I don't know. I like the idea of pieces and parts, and then like how it comes together, whether it's with wire or stringing wire or head pins or eye pins, whatever. Like, I feel like that could be your creative option, like how you bring it together. So I think, tell me if you like this. I hand you a box, you hand me a box. We have to use what's in it.
Like everything or just most of it?
I think we like if okay, so if it's like a
We should probably plan this beforehand. We just like, oh yeah, kid's fine. Real
yeah,
questions asked.
we'll get the details together, but I think like if there's a strand of beads included, you would have to use at least one of the
Oh
beads.
yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
yeah. But we'll iron out the details because by the time this gets to everybody else, what we obviously can't all exchange kits. I
Kids.
mean,
Right.
I'd love to be able to do that, but Deb and Brittany don't have the bandwidth to do that.
Well, no.
So what I was thinking for everybody else is you could, if you've got a kit stashed, because I think we all have a
We all
handful of
do.
kits stashed, or you want to, like, you've been eyeballing a kit that you really like, order it and get it home and make it, and then just tell everybody about it. Like, I got this kit from, Beta Hall Leak, and this is what it is, and this is what I made. And if you modified it, you can tell us about that. But we'll turn that over to you in January. But Brittany and I thought it would be fun to create a kit for each other. And so we'll iron out those details, and then you guys will get to see whatever it is that we came up with for each other when we meet next time.
Like, you know.
Yeah. And we're gearing up to go again. And that's probably going to be a lot of what we talk about in January 2025 is the big Tucson event. So we talked about it at the beginning of this year. We'll probably talk about it again because you can never talk about it enough. There's so many fun things that go on. So we'll have some chitty chats about Tucson, and we'll have lots of other fun things. And Brittany, I just want to tell like all of our guests that participated this year, thank you so much for being with us this year and joining our show. We had some great guests. We're going to line up some great guests for next year as well. We're going to do a lot of fun things. And thank you, Brittany, for being a great partner in all of this.
Same to you, Deb. Yeah, thanks to all of you who have been watching. I know it's a very long show, but I feel like it's jam-packed, so it's an hour that goes fast. And we love hearing what you want to hear. We love seeing your entries and your creations from our challenges. So thanks for playing along. And if you're watching this on YouTube, thanks for watching there. And then yes, thanks to Deb because Deb is the genius behind Crimped, and she works very hard to keep it going. She is the author of most of our posts and our cheerleader in our group. So thank you to Deb. She's amazing.
Oh, thank you guys. And yeah, we're gonna try and keep this going as long as you guys will keep going with us. Don't forget to post your crimped challenge pieces, because now you have an opportunity for a giveaway. So we hope that if you weren't in it before, that maybe that will be extra motivation for you to join. So
Right.
And I think we would be remiss if we didn't say happy holidays to everybody. Enjoy what's left of the year when you see this, because I'm not sure exactly when we're going to post, but it will probably be in amongst the holidays somewhere. So whatever you celebrate, we hope that you will have some really blessed holidays and best wishes for 2025. And there is our mascot, Goldie. I love Goldie. I just love seeing her little cute face. Look at her. And thank you to Goldie for being our mascot.
Yeah,
She's
and for giving mommy an hour to talk, and then no longer, because she knew we were wrapping up, and she started shaking and saying, "Mommy,
She's
take
like,
me out."
it's time to get my lovies. All right, everybody. I think that's a wrap. We'll see you again, episode 13.
Season 2, episode 1.
Or that. All right, you guys. We'll see you.
Bye.
Bye.